What's going on, boys? It's your boy Austin. So I bet you all know about those animated stories here on YouTube, and well, I'm gonna be reviewing a couple because I'm bored. Make sure you go subscribe so you have infinite cleanliness so you never have to brush your teeth again. So the first video we're gonna be taking a look at is I pretended to be a boy in an all-boys school. Based on the thumbnail, it looks pretty interesting. Well, mama didn't raise no bitch, so let's get into this.
I didn't know school could be this much fun. I now have 200 servants that do whatever I want. The best part is, I'm the only girl in an all-boys school.
Yeah, I think there'll be a couple more younger girls by the time you leave.
But not a single boy knows, not even the teachers. The secret is the one thing that has given me the leverage that I need. All of these boys were coming to me for advice when it comes to their girl problems.
Oh. It's one of these. So it's gonna be one of those girls get transferred to, all boys school because all the boys there are hopeless and suddenly you're just gonna turn them into absolute chads all of a sudden? Yeah, I think I've seen this in an anime somewhere.
And that's the reason why they're willing to serve me. My advice works. I mean, it really works. Before me, this school was filled with boys who couldn't even get a girl to look in their direction. Now, even the most hopeless boy has a girlfriend. In return for the advice I give them, the boys do my homework and buy me lunch. They save me the best seats in the class and cover for me whenever I'm late, or even when I decide not to attend a class.
Honestly, you just sound like a huge bitch, and I get that, you give really good advice because you're a girl, but at the same time, I think guys would be most likely to just tell you to go fuck yourself instead of doing all these things for you.
I went to a co-ed public school. I was pretty sporty, so I always got along better with the boys than I did with the girls. This made me a target, and the target on my back grew dramatically when the most popular boy in school started becoming attracted to me. I wish I had seen it coming, but I didn't. Up until that point, I thought my life was going great. That was when the rumors started. By the end of the day, I couldn't take the looks I was getting from everyone, the whispers behind my back. I tracked down the boy who liked me and asked him what was going on. "Get away from me, you freak," he said, and pushed me away. "I'm not into guys." I found out the full story then. The rumor was that I was actually a boy disguised as a girl.
I have a very simple way of, disproving these claims. Either you just A, show him your boobs, or B, just give him a blowjob and he'll change his mind immediately.
I spent days researching schools in my city. Most of them were copies of the school that I attended. It made me sick. I didn't want to go anywhere near them. It was then that I came across an all-boys school. Far from the city, far from everything. It had all the facilities I was looking for. A great science lab, a debate team, and state-of-the-art sporting facilities. The only problem was that it was an all-boys school. My mom was actually the one who gave me the idea.
I wonder why your mom knows about an all-boys school. Second off, why would your mom even give you the idea if she already knows it's an all-boys school? Just be like, just go to an all-girls school. Like, Jesus, I bet those things exist where you live if they have an all-boys school. Like you already saw, it was an all-boys school, and I don't think you want to try out for the next Bukake team. And I understand that you like getting mustard thrown at you by the basketball team, we get that, but at the same time, just go to an all-girls school because it would just make your life so much fucking easier.
I kept thinking about the rumor that the girls had started and thought to myself, if people can believe a rumor that I'm a boy, then maybe I can pose as one.
So pretty much you're telling me you're just gonna copy Sugumi from Nisekoi and just, look like a guy?
I need to go outside.
Or, you could just do the smart thing and just, go to a girls' school, like a normal person.
My first week of school was challenging. The boys were gross, and my days were filled with burping, farting, and name-calling.
That's really all you could come up with? No dick comparing or kissing, your buddies to good night's sleep? None of that? Man, you really did not learn a lot at a guy's school.
All those times I'd spent wondering what boys do when they're alone, well, I suddenly had the answers. It was so different than spending time with my previous guy friends.
Pussies.
To these boys, it was almost a competition to see how uncultured they could be.
Well, maybe if you would have went to an all-girls school or just stayed in a co-ed school, none of this would have happened, would it? Yes, and I'm sorry that us boys call each other very foul language names and act like complete idiots when we're around each other. Maybe if you would have went to an actual cultured all-girls school, you would have had different. She hasn't even known about what we do in our spare time. We make YouTube videos.
But I quickly learned how to get by unnoticed. I would punch the boys on the arm and snort at their stupid jokes. I even learned how to fart in public. I picked careful times to visit the bathroom, making sure no one was around, and I only showered when the rest of the boys were asleep.
Yeah, it would be a shame if you dropped the soap.
It would be kinda hot though.
You make talking to girls look so easy. Please, teach us.
What a fucking simp.
This was perfect. I knew that I suddenly had bargaining power. I told them that I'd teach them, but I didn't have a lot of time. Don't worry, one of them said. Anything you need, we'll do it for you. It was a little overwhelming at first, but I soon got used to all of this help. The next 6 months were the best of my entire life.
Now, in this first exhibition, you can clearly see a world-renowned Cuntosaurus Rex. Gentlemen, if you ever see this, you have to go the Franz Ferdinand route. You gotta shoot it in the head. I love how they relinquish their freedom just in the sight to get pussy. Like, man, these guys really are simps.
Things would have gone on like this in perfect harmony if it wasn't for the arrival of the new boy.
He was a special ed kid because he took his pee-pee out to class. Then he pressed it on his face and he said, "This is what it feels like to be a real man."
It actually made me kinda horny.
He observed me closely, but never approached me. But it was a matter of time. The more he saw how boys did everything that I wanted, the colder he became towards me.
It should be me who gets to suck his dick, not them.
Called my boys in and told them to take him to the cellar. He left kicking and screaming, but my boys didn't let him go. I knew it was a bad move, but I needed some time to think of a plan. An hour later, I went into the basement. I was shocked. The boys had tied him up to a wall. He had bruises on his face from where they'd punched him.
I guess Hitler really did hate the gays. But honestly, Jesus Christ, this woman literally has an entire fucking Gestapo unit at her disposal. It should be the Jews you're fighting, not the gays. Holy fuck, that's bad.
In the end, we made a deal. I would tell the boys that I was leaving to go to another school. In return, the new boy wouldn't press charges against me, and he would keep my secret to himself. I called my parents explaining to them how things were getting out of hand. They were amazed by my story. They agreed that it was best to leave the school.
Alas, the new boy never got to stick his dick where it rightfully belonged. Well, that's the end of the first animated story segment. I've been working on this video for like 4 hours now. Jesus Christ, this is taking too long. The final story we'll be looking at is I got stuck in a closet with my crush. I can only hope how this one's gonna go.
Hi. I'd love to tell you how I finally managed
What the heck is wrong with her chin? It's like Peter Griffin from a side view as a woman.
to begin dating my long-term crush,
They're perfect for each other.
Britta. You see, I'm not particularly shy, but when it came to Britta, I just lost my nerve.
That's what men call letting the horny take over. Stay strong, child. Stay strong.
But before we move on, like this video, hit that subscribe button, and activate the notification bell. This will let you live 20 amazing years longer. Trust me, it works.
Listen, guys, subscribe to the YouTube channel, then activate the notification bell, and you'll get 20 inches more on your penis. Trust me, it works.
Finally, our friends got tired of waiting for us to make the first move and made a plan. They were going to force us to be in the same place for a long while. And if we didn't finally ask each other out, then they were going to give up. It was then or never. So one day, my friends grabbed me and began forcing me into the janitor's closet. I tried to fight them, playfully of course, thinking it was just a silly prank. Hey guys, quit it. I have to get to class.
Shut up and get in the closet. You're gonna find out why we call ourselves the Bukake crew.
Pushing me into a little room. They closed the door and locked it behind them. I sighed and rolled my eyes, wondering what they had in store for me. Don't worry about it. We'll be back soon.
We're gonna double the action.
Rolled my eyes. You see, my friends were really big pranksters, so this didn't seem too odd to me.
Last time they slathered me in chocolate pudding and put a penis in my ass. It was pretty fun.
It seemed I had nothing to do but wait. A few minutes later, the door opened, and I was shocked to see Britta being dragged by her friends inside the closet as well. Bit by bit, we began talking, asking ourselves why we were locked up in that closet. We began throwing silly theories around, making each other laugh. I couldn't get over how beautiful her giggles were.
Well, if you like her giggling so much, why don't you make her gulp instead?
Finally, she looked at me and asked, "Why are you always so nervous around me, Mike?" I wanted to tell her everything. I wanted to let her know how I felt about her, but all I could do was stare at the floor quietly. "Hey, Mike, will you close your eyes, please?" she asked me. I looked up at her puzzled, but nodded. The moment I closed my eyes,
She put her throbbing black cock in my mouth and started making me swallow it like a Tootsie Roll. Oh my god.
and her birthday's coming up soon. I want to give her a ring. Sort of a pre-engagement thing, you know? I understand we are super young to be talking about marriage yet, but I want to let her know that I'm really committed to her. After all, I do believe Britta is the love of my life.
I don't know. Seems kind of creepy to me, dude. So that's pretty much it. That throbbing, Tootsie Roll joke almost broke me. I'd laugh for 15 straight minutes after saying that. I don't know why I said it, but whatever. But I think that all from me, guys. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you guys go like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.